What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. So as mentioned in the one saying I'm back, I said I would do another one explaining or going through the simrig that we're going to be using going forward. So like I said in the I'm back video, if you haven't seen that, I'll leave a thing up there somewhere, so you can go and watch that. It's just a quick introduction to say I'm back after like 11 months, where I've been, what the plan going forward is, and the plan going forward is sim racing. I've been toying with this kind of for the past year or so, like just in the background, playing around with things, having to go on racing games. I've always been interested, but like I need to start to get a bit more serious about it. Sim racing, I think, is coming to like I don't know, since lockdown, since the whole COVID situation, obviously sim racing really started to peak, because you had IRL drifters, F1 drivers, touring cars, NASCARs, GT racers. They were all flocking to their PCs, getting things built so they could stay kind of in touch with what they do out on the track, but in home during the lockdown. And I think a lot of other people started catching on to that idea too. I see a lot more esports when it comes to the sim racing side of things. Some of the big games like iRacing, R Factor, Assetto Corsa. I seem to have seen that area of the industry grow, and someone who's really into their cars, IRL wise, I thought it'd be fun to get into some sim racing. So I thought I'll give you a quick rundown of what we're running. So I'm going to switch over to like the phone camera so we can see it properly, and we'll go through it. Okay, so here's the sim rig. So where do we start? Let's start with the screen, I guess. So this is actually my old TV from downstairs. We just got the new Sky Glass. We thought we'd give the Sky Glass a go, and it worked out a better deal than what we're paying now. Anyway, go figure, I don't know. But hey, we got a new TV out of it. So this left us with this, which is a Samsung 55-inch curved 4K screen. It's 60 Hz. It is capable of up to 4K with HDR10. So, you know, it's not ideal with kind of, I guess, response rate. It's not high refresh rate. So we are slacking a little bit on that. But in terms of kind of the amount of screen we get, it is actually really useful. I was using, if you can remember my old setup, I had 3 screens across the arms here. And while I did take this one off, which was the same as that there, the 24-inch Samsung curved, again, it was only 1080p, 60 Hz. And I had that on the end here, using this kind of wooden board we had made at work. So I had something to use. But it was small, 24-inch wasn't really doing it. And we have been using VR, but not all racing games are VR, and you don't always want to be in VR. So we have now obviously the Samsung 55-inch curved 4K, which does actually run on our computer quite nicely in 4K. Going from there, we'll kind of work our way down. We've got the typical kind of Streamlabs Stream Deck, which I can program to different things, mainly for streaming low. We've got a wireless keyboard and mouse, because beforehand I found myself having to keep getting up out of the chair to do anything with those. So there's just a simple wireless keyboard and mouse for that. As we go down, we have the GT Omega Arc cockpit. This thing is phenomenal. I did originally get a Next Level Racing one. I will put up an image of the one I got originally. The problem with that one, a lot of people said it's great. They've really enjoyed it. I have to admit, I found that other Next Level Racing one, it felt too much like a deck chair. It didn't feel immersive enough. It didn't feel sturdy enough, and I did not enjoy it at all. So the company were really good. Box.co.uk is where I bought it from, and I literally set it up, sat in it, did one quick race, and I was like, no, not for me. Contacted the Box.co.uk support team, and they were like, yep, fine. Seal it all up, we'll double check it, and if it's worthy of a full refund, we'll give you that. Any money, if there's any issues, then we'll deduct a bit off or whatever. Full money back. Took a bit of time, but that was great. And then I went on to GT Omega's website, and we bought this. They got a couple of different versions of the Art, which I think was the RS6 and the RS9, and I think they did like an XL version. They have different cockpits as well. I think Titan may be one of them. Again, I'll have to double check. It's been a few months since I bought this, but I went with the RS9. This is a really comfortable chair. Considering there are a couple of little minor things that are slightly a bit of an issue for me, but that could depend on the individual, or will depend on the individual. So basically the bonus of this one here, I'll kind of run through. You've got the pedal deck here, which we'll go through the actual kind of sim pedals and equipment here, but it's not the best of views, so I do apologise. You've got these little kind of knobs right here on each side, and you've got these little kind of gradients. And the bonus of that is it allows you to move the pedal base at different angles depending on your comfortability, on how you want to kind of sit your feet, how you want to use the pedals. Today's the first day I've actually gone up to the full degree, which I'd say is about a 40-degree angle, I would say, give or take. I had it kind of 2 slots down, so it was more of a kind of a maybe a 25-degree, 30-degree angle. So this is a little bit more extreme, and I thought I'd give that a funky go as well, see how we get on. There's a couple of other kind of things you can move around here. It's very adjustable, very customizable. You got this base here, so this is the wheelbase kind of platform here, and again you got the same kind of dials on each side, one over there, one over there. And this will allow you to move it up and down, so that will change how close it is to you, but also the height as well as you kind of adjust it. So that's a really nice feature. I kind of just winged it, and I've left it where it is because I'm reasonably comfortable with where it's currently sat. Same again down here. You've got these, it's a common kind of feature all the way around really. You can use those on both sides. You can actually adjust the length of the whole frame. Depending on how kind of tall you are, what your comfortability is like. Again, I found a comfortable range, but the bonus of this chair, it's like a real chair in a car, is you've got this here, so you can kind of just slide the chair back and forth. It also reclines back and forth like a normal kind of chair in a car, or similar to, if you're familiar, it's like some of the gaming chairs, like the Secret Lab Throne, and pretty much all the Secret Lab chairs, they can be reclined as well. Moving forward from that, we've also got these kind of poles here. One on that side, one on that side. GT Omega have quite a lot of different accessories. So you can actually buy basically monitor racks, TV racks, different stand availabilities. And what that allows you to do is you can actually buy this stand system, and you can actually basically plant them in there, and then you can raise and have a monitor or 3 monitors directly from your cockpit itself. Now, I did look into this originally because I was going to do a 3-monitor cockpit. I still might do that in time, but as it stands, I was able to get a pretty decent monitor as such, technically for free, and I don't have a good amount of money spare to get a good enough kind of triple monitor setup that I want. So as it stands, we've got a separate. That's pretty much the majority of the chair explained. It can also be height adjusted off the base here. Again, the art is really customizable. It's really good to really find kind of how comfortable you want it, height, width, length. Again, you've got different kind of accessories you can get. This one came with it, which is basically a shift mounter. So you can mount this arm here with this base plate to the rig for a gear shift, H pattern, sequential, hydro, whatever you want to use. And again, depending on where you are in the world and what you want to do, you can have it on the left hand side because we're in the UK, that's how we drive around here, or you can put it on the other side if you're wrong. It's up to you. The chair itself, this to me, I could be wrong, it looked bigger than the RS6 version. So I thought I'd get the RS9 because it was a little bit wider. But for my size, the bolsters on the side here, I do find they just grab my legs just a little bit. So for a long time in the chair, that is a little bit of a problem. I would have liked a slightly wider seat. But again, that's being nitpicky. I don't notice it too much. It just, after a while, mainly if you're just slouching, lazing around, you're not actually kind of like fully kind of legs out as such. It's you just feel it slightly on the legs. It's not terrible. Moving on to the actual wheel setup that we're using at the moment. We've got the T300 RS GT with the Ferarri Alcantara Wheel. I got the pack as it was. They do a version which is just like almost like a Gran Turismo style wheel, or you can get a, you know, the actual pack itself comes with the Ferarri Alcantara. The wheel itself is really, really nice. It's very minimalistic with the buttons. There's not many on there. It's a kind of typical kind of flat base at the bottom. I would have to throw up the dimensions of the wheel. I can't remember. I think it's around 330, but I'll let you know up on the screen now. The wheel base itself is pretty good. It's a big upgrade from the G920. It is belt driven, so it does give you a kind of a higher response. It gives you kind of slightly better feel. We then got the T3PA pedals, which again, they're good entry grade pedals. It came with the wheel. It does come with the little kind of brake mod on it, so it's just kind of a little bit stiffer. Obviously you've got the clutch here, you know, nice and soft, accelerator, nice and soft, brake, you know, is a bit stiffer, and then you've got the bump stop, which you can adjust, and I think it does come with a few other kind of bump stops as well, but I've just got that one in there. It's not bad, but going into the more high-tech brakes or pedal setups, it's definitely not quite as good as those, and we'll get into that into another video as to why that is, but it's down to the technology and the way it's built. It's not as responsive or as realistic as some of the other ones, but again, nice metal plates on here, and it's not bad. It's a good entry grade pedal setup really. And then we got the TH8A H-pattern shifter, which is kind of designed off the old Ferrari kind of style metal gated shifter. It's very nice. It's not too bad. It's not as good as I was hoping it was going to be, if I'm honest. I do find myself just slightly catching the gears wrong sometimes, depending on what I'm driving game wise and how it kind of feels. You can adjust the stiffness of the gear shifts. I didn't find much difference in it, but you know, it does change it slightly. The bonus of this is it is a standard kind of shifter knob size. You can change this. I've noticed just after a few months that was smooth, and it's not smooth anymore, so probably worth changing that, to be honest, to something a little bit kind of more robust, maybe something rubber or plastic. But yeah, the shifter's not too bad. The bonus of this shifter, I assume all TH8As come with it, is it comes with one of these. This here is literally just a nice simple design. All you got to do is you've got 4 bolts you take out there, pop the shifter knob off there, you take this off, rotate it 90 degrees, or give or take, yeah, 90 degrees, and then you pop this on and you've got yourself a nice sequential shifter, and that works straight off out of the box. So that's really simple, really nice design. I like that, because when you're playing rally games or something like that, the sequential is actually quite nice to use. Not all games have sequential options, so obviously it depends on the game itself, but that's a nice feature. I do like. So that's the main kind of setup that we got at the moment. It's not super high tech, but I'd say it's just above entry level when it comes to like the cockpit itself. You know, it's really, really nice. I definitely rate this cockpit, the GT Omega Art. Very good cockpit. I think it's really good value for money, especially considering the one I did buy originally that felt like a deck chair to me. I don't think there was much difference in the costs. The T300 RS GT, I know there's a couple of similar models because you got PlayStation and Xbox, which I think is the TMX. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's a really good entry-level wheel. Being belt-driven, it just seems to be a little bit more responsive. You got a bit more kind of torque in the feedback there. Again, it came with T3PAs. They're not amazing pedals, but again, they're pretty good entry-grade pedals. And this is pretty much what we're running with. We're running with I'd say just above an entry-level simrig setup, and this is going to be our plan going forward. We're going to jump into some sim racing. We're going to kind of see where we fare with this setup, see how we get on with our skill level over the year, see how we develop. But we'll also see kind of if we end up upgrading any of this equipment and how that changes our kind of level, our skill level with the equipment. Now, is it going to be more down to us, or is it going to be very dependent on the equipment as well? That's what I want to see. I want to see kind of how much difference we'll make depending on the equipment that we got. So yeah, I'm going to most likely stream a lot of the kind of sim racing on Twitch, but I think I'm going to do some kind of series, or at least kind of cut down clips and stuff for YouTube, and we'll kind of go through the process of day one with the sim rig on a specific game like iRacing. I think we're going to try and see how we progress from there, really. And hopefully we'll grab some new equipment and we'll review it and see what we think from there. I might do a review of this. This is just a quick go over of what we're going to be running, and kind of we'll introduce new equipment and we'll review it as we get it. So I'll probably do a review of this one soon as well. So hope you enjoyed. I'm really looking forward to this journey. Hopefully you guys will too. Like I said, come across, because Twitch streaming will be the main thing probably, which is twitch.tv/master_Gynx. And yeah, we'll do some stuff on YouTube too. I'm looking forward to it, and yeah, I hope you are too. So I'll see you on the next video. Cheers for watching, guys. If you like the content, like it, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Cheers.